See that? You see that right there? Listen, it's one thing just to start an Airbnb or your short term rental. It's another thing to get recognized on the platform for maintaining consistent Superhost status. So it's qualifications to me to Superhost status, y'all. I mean, you got to be making some money, okay? You got to be having some bookings. And on top of it, you got to be able to have good ratings, meaning people actually come to your property and they like it and they leave you good reviews. Now, listen, I ain't going to sit here and say that every booking has been an easy breeze because the fuck it's not, right? You get some interesting people that come in and try to have parties. You got to be on top of it to put them out. You got to know how to vet your tenants, even if they're coming on a platform like Airbnb. Having the understanding of how to properly vet tenants, how to remove tenants if they need to be removed. You need to know how to do this, how to fight disputes. You got to be able to understand how to operate and handle all your back end, actually managing your property on top of still generating marketing, generating new leads, new stays, marketing, and being able to stay on top of pricing in the market. Now is the time if you want to get started in short-term rental industry. We have FIFA coming up, y'all, the World Cup. I opened this short-term rental and back in the idea first came to me back in 2024. I was watching Pinky Cole on live, and she was talking about all the different ideas of how we can make money and prepare for FIFA. She talked about this, y'all, back in the spring of 2024. At that time, I started doing my research, looking into short-term rental, looking into the industries, who was online, who was teaching it, what they were teaching. I was paying for booking calls, offering people partnerships, but it didn't really click for me until I actually got the right partner. And what's a partner? It means somebody that's willing to invest money. Okay. So once I actually got the right partner who didn't just want to get paid off me for managing it, but actually put up their money so they can get a fair percentage, that's when it all fixed. I was able to do what I know how to do, which is get bookings, market, and actually manage the numbers in the back end. My partner, on the other hand, she takes care of. She's really strong with decorating and setting up the things that honestly, like I don't do that well. But you have to know you. Are you good at decorating and front facing, or are you the one on the back end who gonna make sure you manage this money properly? All right. So finding the right partner for you, and if you're someone where you have to get a property manager, what I strongly recommend is don't pay anybody over 15%. And that's on the high end. If you got somebody who has not put up a dollar, who don't want to put up a dime with you, do not pay them over 15%. And that is high. Okay. Do not let anybody trick and tell you that they should be getting more than 15, because they shouldn't. And you can find somebody to manage your property effectively for 15%, for 10 to 15%. Go into Facebook groups, whatever market you want to be in. Go and find the Airbnb or short-term rental Facebook group. There you'll find other short-term rental owners and property managers and cleaning companies. You need community. That is the key that I'll tell you, that you need community to effectively run your short-term rental and to stay on top of the latest events, what's working, knowing different markets that you can tap into. Because short-term rental, if you ask any real estate investor that truly owns a real estate portfolio, right? A short-term rental is going to rank the least. It's not going to rank the highest because of the inconsistencies, right? And especially not arbitrage, because you don't own any equity. You don't have any appreciation, right? You can't go out and pull out 50K, 100K just because you've been sitting on a property for 4 or 5 years, okay? So if you have a short-term rental business, you want to be able to pivot. That's the name of the game, where you're tapping into 30-day stays, 30-day plus, where you can pivot into a midterm rental, where you are able to host different traveling doctors, traveling nurses, business and corporate professionals that can truly come in, and stay in your unit. But you have to market your unit, you guys, for the audience that you want. It can't look like it's for party goers, but you want a corporate professional to come in and stay. You're gonna, if you attract a certain market and demographic, you're gonna get those results. So I'm super excited to, be able to hit this Superhost status and maintain it for a whole year. If you are tired of watching from the sideline and ready to buy your first investment property without using any, and I mean any, your own savings, tap into my upcoming masterclass Tuesday at 7 p.m. Central Time. I'm going to give you my step-by-step blueprint on how you can properly structure your LLC, tap into business credit, and buy your first investment property using all OPM.